Hello, Sunday families. Welcome to the 2020-21 school year. It is here. I wasn't sure we'd see this day coming, but we are here, and we at Sunday are ready for your children. We're ready for these halls to be filled with good sounds of laughter and learning going on. We are just really preparing well for this year. I think that the extra time, obviously, at home learning gave us a lot of time to think about what we would do once we got back to school. We've come up with a great pivot plan in case we need to stop and start. I know we're all hoping that we don't, and no one really knows until we get in here and try it. So I am asking you to be very flexible with us, knowing that we're trying to make the best decisions we can, and sometimes we don't know until we get to that point. But we're having plans in place and procedures in place. But what we do after might be something that we've changed to something new to make a better adjustment for your child or for our school. So because we are small, we can make plans as we go with the information we are given and what we have, with the information we have. So I'm just asking for flexibility. I know that you all know that this is something that changes all the time, just like I do, and we are dealing with something completely new that we've never had to deal with before. So we administratively are making the best team decisions we can. We're looking for parent input. I know that a lot of you have reached out over the summer. And so sometimes we have to make a big global decision that's best for everyone, and we will do that, and we will try our best to over-communicate with you if possible. So we will tell you when there have been positive cases on our campus. We'll let you know where they were, and then we'll give personal phone calls to people that were affected based on what the health department of Warren County is recommending we do. That is our agency that's telling us how to handle the cases or how to handle this disease, I should say, in our school system. The other agency that we have to look for mandates is from the governor of Ohio, because we are sanctioned under the Department of Education, and we will have to follow his mandates to not obviously break any laws or do anything we shouldn't be doing. So we will look to that. I've been watching the governor's press conferences all summer long, and sometimes they change right after I told you something, and then the next week it's something different. So I'm just asking for your patience and grace as we get through this time together. I promise you we will let our children enjoy their childhood and their time here at Sunday. We do not want them to fear what's going on. We want it to be very positive and healthy. We want to keep a growth mindset that they're learning new healthy habits versus that we're fearful of them getting sick. So that was the message at our retreat this summer with the teachers, is that we want these children to get back to what's important to them and what they should be focusing on, and not be fearful. But be smart. And I think the best thing about that I can see from COVID is that we're all learning some new healthy hygiene habits, and that can't be a bad thing. And we'll spin the social distancing thing here at school because children need to have some social boundaries and need to know where their body is in space. And so for the little ones, that's how we'll phrase it. We won't put fear into them that they can't socialize or play with their friends. It will be more that we have to know where our body is in space and give everybody some space. But with that being said, we're going to try our best to do those things and have those procedures in place for social distancing, but there are going to be times where it's going to be a little bit more difficult than others, and because we are working with children, and obviously in Central, some very young children. So we will do our best. But with that being said, some things that will look different from you coming to Sunday is, first of all, right off the bat, having our big meet the teacher and social gathering. It's going to be really hard not to socialize with parents and have that sense of community that we've always loved here at Sunday. So that's going to be a little bit different. We're going to ask you, if you're not new to Sunday, to just go with the regular drop-off procedures on the first day of school. And I think all of your kids are really comfortable here at school, so they're not going to have a problem entering. But if that is going to be a problem, let us know. But for the new families, we are going to let them come to the open house with a scheduled time, so we don't have too many people in the building at once, and that we can maintain those social distancing guidelines and the gathering of 10 or less. But anyway, let's get on to some procedures. These were things that were all spelled out in a letter to you this summer, but I just wanted to go over them personally with you and tell you what they would be. The big thing that you'll see is that on the first day of drop-off, we're going to take the kids' temperatures, If you have already taken their temperature and you want to let us know what it is, that is great. That worked out really well for us this summer. We had our thermometers ready to go, but some people had already taken their temperature, but others were like, this is new to us and we forgot. So we'll have those thermometers there and we'll be taking their temperatures before you pull away. So that's one thing we're going to do to keep everybody safe. And it's real quick and easy. We made it really fun for the kids. They were not afraid of having their temperature taken. So rest assured that will be done in a fun way for kids. So the other thing will be we're going to have siblings only or we're not going to have siblings cross buildings. The reason we're doing that is so that we can maintain some sense of knowing if there is a positive case that kids did not come in contact with other kids from other buildings. So we are going to try our best to keep all of our classes as little family units, just like your family had to stay quarantined together during that time. Our families, our kids, our classes are going to stay together, and we're not going to have classes mixed with other classes as much as possible, so that we do know when there's a positive case that some children were not affected and other children might have been. So we want siblings or all kids to depart from their own building and not go from building to building. The same with why we canceled our after-school clubs and classes, so that we didn't have multi-age groups or multi-class groups working or crossing together. Sorry about that. So you'll have to pick up at Central, you'll have to pick up at South if you have kids in different buildings. If you've been here for a while, it'll take about 10 minutes, maybe the first few days a little bit longer, but just bear with us. We will do that, and there's a reason for our madness. So siblings won't be traveling from building to building. Obviously, you know that the masks are mandated from the state of Ohio for kindergarten through 12th grade. We'll have our preschoolers come in a separate door. They are not required to wear a mask, although I think it would just, if they get used to it and the kids are comfortable wearing a mask, go ahead and send them in their mask. It makes the teachers feel like they can let them interact together a little bit more if they have that mask on, and do some things that are typical in a preschool class. So I'll ask that you try the mask and see how it goes with your preschoolers. Everybody else is required to wear a mask. We ask for lanyards and things so the kids don't set their masks down and lose them, or just, I guess, if there's opportunities to pull it down, that it doesn't fall off and that kind of thing. So the other thing we're asking is everybody to obviously bring a water bottle that is well marked with your name, because the water fountains are going to be closed, and we know water is very important to the brain, and we've talked about that over the years. So we've always encouraged water bottles, but just make sure they're really well marked this year, and obviously full if your child drinks a lot of water, so they can have access to water at any time. The other main thing that the teachers are going to do is they're going to do a lot of blended learning in their classrooms with online platforms. We're not going to be on the iPads all the time. Don't worry about that. But we are going to have the kids familiar with how the teacher is going to give assignments on the online platform, so that if we have to pivot to home learning, maybe we have to take a 12-day break and quarantine for that class, that those children will be really familiar with that platform. I think they probably all are that have been here for a while, because we did it in last quarter. But we wanted to make sure that you guys don't have any learning curves at home, because your child's already familiar with the online platform. So all of our teachers are prepared to pivot if we have to, and we'll try our best to make it as seamless as possible. At dismissal, we're going to again ask you not to come in and pick up your child, just to come to the line, and we will put your kids in the car and they will be off. The other thing we're going to do a lot here at Sunday is wash their hands. So if your child does have some sensitivity to hand washing, or dry skin, and you want to send in a bottle of hand lotion, you're welcome to do that. If you want to send in hand sanitizer because you would like them to use that instead, just let us know. We know that all kids are different. We know all families have different goals for their child. So let your teacher know and communicate with what you would like for your child to do, and we will try our best to make it happen. So with that being said, I just wanted to say welcome to the school year. I'm so glad to be back with all of you. I wish I could see you all in person and not make this video, but we will do the best we can, and we're just glad to be back in any capacity we can get back to. So we'll make it work, okay? We will have fun with your child. We will have lots of learning going on, and it will be so nice to get back to a routine. So let me know if you need anything. Thanks.